If hard work alone made people rich, factory workers, nurses pulling double shifts, construction laborers, and office employees staying late every night would be the wealthiest people on earth. But they in fact, some of the hardest working people you know are still living paycheck to paycheck, while others, sometimes less visibly busy, seem to build wealth faster, easier, and with far less stress. So here is the uncomfortable question most people avoid asking: why do so many people work incredibly hard their entire lives and still never get rich? The answer is laziness. It is bad luck. And it definitely isn't a lack of effort. The real reasons are deeper, structural, psychological, and rarely explained honestly. And once you see them clearly, you may never look at work, money, or success the same way again. The hard work myth. From an early age, most people are taught a simple formula: work hard, follow the rules, stay consistent, and success will eventually come. This belief is deeply embedded in schools, workplaces, and even popular culture. It sounds fair. It feels moral, and it is partially true but dangerously incomplete. Hard work does matter. Without effort, nothing happens. But effort alone does not determine financial outcomes. Economists have long shown that income and wealth are influenced by far more than hours worked. In fact, many professions that require the longest hours and highest physical or emotional strain, such as caregiving, teaching, and manual labor, are statistically among the lowest paid. The reality is that hard work is often a requirement to survive, not a strategy to build wealth. And confusing the two keeps millions of people trapped in the same financial position for decades. The difference between income and wealth: one of the biggest reasons people work hard but never get rich is that they confuse income with wealth. Income is what you earn. Wealth is what you keep and grow. You can earn a high salary and still be financially fragile. Studies from financial institutions consistently show that a significant percentage of high-income earners live paycheck to paycheck, largely due to lifestyle inflation, debt, and lack of asset ownership. On the other hand, many wealthy individuals report modest annual income, but possess substantial assets that generate value over time. Wealth is not built by how hard you work in a single year. It is built by what your money does when you are not working. If all your effort is tied directly to a paycheck, your financial progress will always be limited by time and energy. The time for money trap. Most jobs operate on a simple exchange: time for money. You show up, perform tasks, and get paid for the hours you contribute. This system is stable, predictable, and necessary for a society to function. But it has a built-in ceiling. There are only so many hours in a day. No matter how motivated or disciplined you are, you cannot work 30 hours a day. Even overtime has limits. And beyond a certain point, physical and mental fatigue reduce productivity. Wealth accumulation, however, often comes from systems where income is not directly tied to hours worked. Business ownership, investing, intellectual property, and scalable skills allow effort to be multiplied. Without access to these systems, or without knowledge of how they work hard, working individuals remain locked into linear income growth at best. Lack of financial education. Another critical reason is the absence of practical financial education. In many countries, formal schooling spends years teaching advanced mathematics and abstract theory, yet little to no time explaining how money actually works in real life. Most people graduate without understanding compound interest, inflation, asset allocation, or risk management. They are taught how to earn, but not how to grow or protect what they earn. As a result, they make decisions based on habits, emotions, or social pressure rather than long-term strategy. Research in behavioral economics consistently shows that financial outcomes are strongly linked to financial literacy. People who understand basic investing concepts are more likely to build assets, avoid high-interest debt, and plan for the future. Without this knowledge, hard work alone often leads to stagnation. Working hard in the wrong direction. Effort is powerful, but only when applied in the right direction. Many people work extremely hard improving skills that have limited market value or are easily replaceable. This is not a reflection of intelligence or dedication. It is a reflection of how labor markets work. Income is influenced by supply and demand. If a skill is abundant and easily trained, wages tend to be lower regardless of how hard the job is. Conversely, skills that are rare, specialized, or difficult to replace often command higher compensation. Working harder at a low-leverage skill does not necessarily increase financial returns. Working smarter by developing scarce, high-impact skills often does. This is why some people increase their income dramatically without increasing their working hours, because the value of their output has changed. The role of ownership. One of the most consistent patterns in wealth-building research is ownership. Wealth is disproportionately created by those who own assets, rather than those who only earn wages. Assets can include businesses, stocks, real estate, or intellectual property. These assets have the potential to appreciate in value or generate income independently of direct labor. Over time, this creates compounding effects that wages alone rarely match. Many hard-working individuals never reach financial independence because they never transition from being earners to being owners. This is often due to lack of access, lack of capital, or fear of risk, sometimes reinforced by cultural narratives that portray ownership as dangerous or unrealistic. Debt as a silent barrier. Debt plays a major role in preventing wealth accumulation. While some forms of debt can be productive, many people carry high-interest consumer debt for years, sometimes decades. Interest works in two directions. When you invest, compound interest can grow your wealth. When you borrow at high rates, compound interest works against you, quietly transferring future income to lenders. Hard work can be completely neutralized by debt obligation. A raise or bonus often disappears into repayments, leaving no room for saving or investing. Over time, this creates a cycle where people work harder just to maintain the same standard of living, with no meaningful progress. Lifestyle inflation and social pressure. As income increases, spending often increases alongside it. This phenomenon, known as lifestyle inflation, is one of the most common reasons people fail to build wealth despite earning more over time. Social expectations play a powerful role. Larger homes, newer cars, frequent travel, and visible signs of success are often treated as rewards for hard work. But these expenses frequently consume income that could otherwise be invested. Research in consumer psychology shows that people consistently underestimate how much happiness material upgrades provide while overestimating their long-term financial impact. Without intentional restraint, higher income simply leads to higher expenses, not greater wealth. Risk aversion and fear of failure. Many people work hard, but never get rich because they avoid risk almost entirely. This is understandable. Financial instability, family responsibilities, and past experiences all shape risk tolerance. However, wealth creation usually involves some level of uncertainty. Starting a business, investing in markets, or changing career paths all carry risk. Avoiding all risk often means accepting guaranteed mediocrity. Studies in entrepreneurship and investing consistently show that calculated risk taking, supported by research and diversification, plays a key role in financial growth. Those who never step outside secure income streams often miss opportunities that compound over time. The influence of environment matters more than most people realize. The people you spend time with, the ideas you're exposed to, and the norms you absorb shape your financial behavior. If everyone around you trades time for money, avoids investing, and views wealth as unattainable or unethical, it becomes harder to imagine alternative paths. Sociological research shows that beliefs about money and success are strongly influenced by family and community norms. This doesn't mean people are doomed by their environment, but it does mean that without new perspectives, many continue repeating the same patterns, regardless of effort. Delayed gratification and long-term thinking. Wealth is often the result of decisions that prioritize long-term outcomes over short-term comfort. This requires patience, discipline, and the ability to delay gratification. Psychological studies on self-control consistently find correlations between long-term planning and financial stability. Saving, investing, and skill development often involve sacrifices today for benefits years later. Many hard-working individuals never experience the payoff because they are forced or conditioned to focus on immediate survival rather than long-term strategy. This makes wealth building feel abstract or unreachable, even when progress is possible. Luck, timing, and opportunity. It's important to acknowledge that luck and timing do play a role. Economic cycles, technological shifts, and unexpected opportunities can dramatically influence outcomes. However, research also shows that preparation increases the likelihood of benefiting from luck. People who build skills, networks, and financial buffers are better positioned to take advantage of opportunities when they arise. Hard work without strategic positioning often fails to intersect with opportunity. Hard work combined with awareness, preparation has a much higher chance of producing outsized results. Why this matters more than ever in many parts of the world, wages have grown more slowly than the cost of housing, education, and healthcare. This structural reality means that traditional career paths alone are increasingly insufficient for wealth creation. Understanding why hard work alone is not enough is not about discouragement. It's about clarity. When people stop blaming themselves for systemic limitations, they can begin focusing on strategies that actually work. The goal is not to work less, but to make work count, to align effort with leverage, to move from survival to strategy. If this video challenged the way you think about work, money, and success, that's a good thing. Awareness is always the first step toward change. On this channel, we break down the real principles behind wealth, psychology, and personal growth without hype, without shortcuts, and without false promises. If you want to understand money at a deeper level, learn how successful systems actually work, and start thinking differently about your future, make sure to subscribe. If this video added value, hit the like button so more people can find it. And stay connected for upcoming videos that build on these ideas, because working hard should mean more than just surviving. It should mean building a life with real freedom.